Hello YouTube, this is MB again. Today we will talk about PowerShell as usual. However, we will talk about CSV files today. What are CSV files? CSV. So let me type this out. PowerShell CSV dealing CSV files, dealing with CSV files, CSV. Comma separated values, right? That's where it is. Now let's say we want to create a CSV file, right? So you want to export. First we will go ahead and try to export some data. Let's say get process export CSV, and since we are in some location here, it should automatically take it. What does it say? All right, so it wants me to put the path there. Let me ps script root. Always remember this is very handy, at least to me. Process.csv. all right, now that's what we have. Let me go here. Okay, let me delete this, not needed now. Process.csv. I just downloaded this CSV viewer, bronze editor or something. I guess it's free. All right, so as you can see here, you see the name, the headings, and then the values for them. It's actually all these values. If you open them with text editor, let me do that. Open with Notepad. So they're nothing but comma separated values. You got a lot of values and they are separated by comma. That's all it means. However, if you take Excel, if you have Microsoft Excel, it will automatically open it in Excel. Instead of comma, you will see lines there, right? This is, let me see, export data to CSV, right? That's what we did. Now we'll say create CSV file, right? And add data. Now let's see what we can do here. Add content. We'll directly go for add content. Type in path, ps script root. I'll say new.csv. Yes, that's okay. And so values are going to be, let's say, what shall we do? Okay, there is name, then ID, right? Age. So all right, so when I go ahead now and hit enter, okay, let me comment this out, otherwise it's gonna keep on doing it. Add content. So it's going to create this file and add these headings. Whatever the first line that you add to a CSV file is always a heading. If you have 3 headings, then whatever values that you add below that are going to be its values. So hyphen value, name, ID. Now let me hit F5 here, see what happens. New.csv. all right, so now we have header, but we don't have any data there. So I'm gonna, what should I do? I'll take this, copy again, just paste it here, put a hashtag, and I'll say name, MB, ID 101. That's my employee ID, maybe, I will say 999 is my age. So let's say I hit F5 here and see what happens. All right, now what happens here is new.csv. All right, so we have some data now. Let's add a little more. I will add Gaju here, 111 here. I will say 0 here. Press F5. Now, right. So now, as you can see, it hasn't. When I'm adding data, it's adding data. If I'm okay, so enough of adding data now. Let's try to read it. Read a CSV file and do some stuff with it. Right, that is the subtask. So first we will go ahead and list all the files. Get child item. I hope you remember, but we would just want to read new.csv, right? So then we will say select our, I will say where name hyphen equals, I will just say match, just to be a little big, you know, new.csv. All right, so that's a file. Now what if I, let's say, do this? Base name, directory, directory name, extension, full name. Let's see, full name. What do we get? So that's a full name, right? So I will say as this is the I will just say CSV underscore file equals this. So this is a CSV file that we're trying to read, right? So whenever you have a CSV, I mean, I could have just given the path. I just wanted to kind of use this an opportunity as a refresher where we can read. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to import this particular CSV. So I'm going to just say CSV is equal to import hyphen CSV. So there's a command to import it, and I will say this. So I'm going to import all the data of the CSV, entire CSV file. I'm going to store that data in this variable called CSV. So now what I want to do here is I want to print that out for you. Where am I typing? Where am I typing? I'm sorry, here. So I will say for each line in CSV, right? I will just say so first let's just print a line out, shall we, and see what we get. Okay, so this is what we're getting. Now we don't want the headings, we just want the values, and we want to do some stuff with that, right? So what I will say here is name is equal to what should I say, line dot name, right? And then what we have here is ID equals line dot ID, and age equals line dot age. Or well, I thought I could make it simpler for you, but it can be, I think this is well, let me try to make this a bit simpler for you. So I will just say the employee right host, the employee line dot the name here, the whatever the heading, right, that we want to use. Or I will say the ID of the employee is line dot ID, and his and their age is line dot age, right? So let's see what happens. The ID of the employee MB is 101 and their age is not 999. The ID of the blah blah blah, right? So you got my point. So you This can be basically used in environments like, let's say, you have written a function or a script, and you will create a CSV file for the user. User fills up all the data and saves it, and then hits enter, and then you run this function which will read all the data and do something with it, right? Maybe creating some stuff, creating user, or running a program. The imagination is the limitation here. So that is all we had for today. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye.